Hey everyone, my name is Chloe, and today I'm here to talk about goals. Goals are some of my favorite things. I love making lists. I love setting goals. I love having like a clear path and steps to take to get there. And I love the goal idea. And so today I'm going to revisit what I said were my goals in 2023 and did I make them or not. And I'm going to set some goals for 2024. So in 2023, I kind of did personal, YouTube, and Bookish goals. And so let's just talk about those and see what I did. So first, I had the goal of reading 2 nonfiction a month. And I am so glad to say I did that. I actually read 53 nonfiction books last year, and that's crazy to me. Like, I did not realize that I read that many, but definitely check that goal off. And I love that. I love being a lifelong learner, and just like the best way for me is nonfiction books. I've tried podcasts and all of that kind of stuff, but like really books are where it's at for me. So I'm really happy I met that goal. Next is read 50% off my shelf. Now, so the past 3 years are the only years that I've ever tracked any sort of reading. And so this last year, I tracked reading, but I also, on the same spreadsheet, I tracked the books that I read for myself as well as the books that I read with my kids. And my husband is currently working on separating that for me so I can like separate stats because the stats show that's a major fail. However, that includes the books that I read with my kids, and we read almost primarily from the library. So stay tuned to like my wrap up I'll do like stats for the end of the year. And that video will let you know if I actually achieved that goal or not. I would guess I did based on like my reading only, but I don't know that for sure. So stay tuned. We'll find out. Next is organize my shelves and rearrange. So no. However, I'm filming this December 29th, and my husband has not really worked. Like Monday was Christmas. He hasn't really worked this week on like work. He's been helping me kind of get the projects around the house done. And one of the projects was reorganize this office. So it doesn't look any different from your perspective, but things look much different in here. And now I do have space if I wanted to add another bookshelf. That's not my plan. My plan, he is planning to build. So if you can see this wall goes up, he is planning to build like built-ins, kind of, not built-ins, but just like shelves on the wall. And so that's something he's in the middle of. He's an engineer, so there's little scraps of paper with drawing all over our house. But so hopefully that will happen soon. And then some of these stacks can be dissipated, all that kind of stuff. I should probably do a ruthless unhaul. I talked about that in the last goals video, but I'm not making that a goal this year because it's not a high priority, especially if he actually gets these shelves built, because then I will have ample space. So fail on that one. Next was figure out an unhaul system. I had talked about like half-price books not being great, not having great little free libraries around us, not sure what to do with my books. Well, I'm happy to say I have a Pango bookstore. It hasn't been the most successful, honestly. Like, I have a ton of books that are still just waiting to be sold on Pango. So I will say I found that system. However, like there's books that I need to just get rid of, whether that, I don't know how to do that. Maybe little free library, something, I don't know. So that I feel like I successfully achieved that because I have a system. I have a place where my Pango books are. All the things seem pretty good. But kind of half check. Next is YouTube stuff, to do at least 6 videos a month and at least one of those be vlogs. And I have definitely done that. I think I've done 136 videos in 2023, and I still have maybe 1 or 2 left. I don't know. I guess it's the 30th or the 29th, so I don't know when they'll come out. But so I definitely achieved that goal, and I love that. I think that is great. I didn't even think about Vlogmas, like kind of skewing those numbers, but that is great. I'm really glad. I have been pretty consistent about doing the things that I really like doing, the kind of normal things. With the book haul revisits, that's kind of guaranteed a vlog a month. So things have been good with that. Next is personal goals. We started homeschooling this year, and this is the first year that one of my kids is like school age. She would be in school if we were doing that. And so my goal was just to be more consistent with school. And when August came and like school started, we got in a pretty good routine, and we have been pretty consistent. So I feel like that has been good. We're all really excited about it. We've like really kind of ebbed and flowed and really just taken the season for what it is. And I feel pretty good about that one. Next is journaling. I wanted to journal. Hard pass on that. Have not done a single journaling thing. My best friend and I send like voice messages to each other almost every morning. And so she's my journal. Does that count? I mean, I don't know. Sure. And then last is skincare. So I had said before, skincare has never really been a priority of mine. My skin has not been like my problem area. And now that I'm getting older, things are changing. So I want to be a little better about skincare. And I have gotten better. Well, honestly, I've gotten better about not wearing makeup as often. I used to be somebody who very rarely left the house without makeup. And now with my kids and stuff, I would say I wear it maybe 50% of the time. And that alone has helped my kids. I've never worn like foundation or anything, but like eye makeup and that kind of stuff. So I'm not wearing that as much, and that has helped in and of itself. And then if I do wear it, I make sure to clean it off, do a lot of moisturizing, all that kind of stuff. So again, not going to be a skincare or beauty channel here. But it is, I would say, good enough. Good enough. I'm satisfied for now. So those are my 2023 goals. I would say moderately okay. Now, 2024, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to talk about my bookish goals, my YouTube goals, and my personal goals, and we're going to see where we're at. So bookish goals for 2024. I want to read at least 50% off my shelves again. And this year I'm going to track reading differently, so it'll be easier to tell and kind of check in where I'm at every month. But I have been checking in the past few months, and I've always been at least 50%, except like maybe 1 month. So that's why I think I did pretty good with that. But I want to stick with that goal, read at least 50% off my shelves. The other one is just read what I want. I am trying to do all these projects, trying to the projects are great. The projects like focus my reading. And so we'll kind of get into that later, but like I'm hauling books that I'm like, maybe I'll be interested in this because I heard about this or somebody else like this, or I would like to stretch myself in this way. And you guys, I just want to read what I want. And if that's tons of women's fiction and domestic thrillers back to back to back to back, then fine. That's what I'm going to do. I just want to read what I want. I've been in a slump this December, and I think part of that is not reading what I want and trying to like either fulfill goals or read what I've heard other people read or whatever, just like self-imposed pressure. And so I wanted to just read what I want. I want to read at least one book a month physically. That's nothing. I mean, that's easy. That's easy. Shouldn't be a big deal at all. But I just have not been prioritizing physical reading, even though that's the format that I like the best. So I want to make sure that I'm doing at least one a month physically for myself, not with my kids, but for myself. I want to participate in either 6 buddy reads or readathons. It can count, every other month I want to be doing either a readathon or a buddy read. So there's that, because I just love the social element of reading. I would not like it with all of my reading, but I really liked making sure I prioritize that. And then I want to continue to DNF. I want to continue to DNF. I have really gotten into it this year, and I'm good with it. It's clearing books off my shelf. It's not wasting my time. I don't feel any regret about any of them. So I want to continue to DNF. So those are my bookish goals. Now for my YouTube goals, I want to, again, continue all the videos that I'm loving. That the Book Haul Revisit series is some of your favorites and definitely my favorite, because it's fun to see, am I reading them, and then actually prioritize those books. Because otherwise, I don't feel like I trust Goodreads enough to be consistent about, or be accurate, I guess, about the order that I hauled them, all that kind of stuff. But with those videos, exactly that those have been sitting on my shelf for at least 3 years. And so I love that. I want to keep doing that. Wrap-ups, again, vlogs, when I can. I just want to keep doing the same thing. Anticipated releases, because that's really fun for me, and I think you guys like it. In and outs. I really want to keep definitely in and outs, because then it will allow me to keep doing the Book Haul Revisit if I want to. So I want to keep doing the things that I'm doing, and I would love to be more creative. I would love to add more. And even go, I want to be at about 2 videos a week. I would love to be at 3, but I know, I don't want to stretch myself too much, because goal number 2 for YouTube, I guess, is not YouTube. It's, I would like to start a Patreon. I feel so even saying that, because, Like, it just feels like, who would care to hang out with me? But yes, I want to start a Patreon, and I'm close to doing it. It'll be a really one-tiered, simple thing, cheap, easy, just an extra spot to hang out with extra vlogs, extra videos, extra hangouts, all that kind of stuff. So that is something that I want to get done, ideally in the first half of this year. And then participate in Vlogmas again. I have loved the experience, and this year I'm planning on doing it again, but differently, with somebody different in a different format. And I would love to do it like with no missed footage, and I would love to be done by the end of November, but we'll see how that goes. So definitely that. And then that's really it for my YouTube goals. And then last, my personal goals. I have a few. So if you guys, I think I talked about it a couple times, but I underwent a huge project this fall to like organize all of my kids' books, all the picture books, all the things around the house, organize them by subject and things. So then I could start like a book rotation system. And that's one of the things Jeremy and I have been working on, like organizing this last week. And so like I really want to get a good book rotation system for them, because they're little kids. And so they leave books everywhere. It's a mess. I want them to have books accessible, but we have so many books that it was becoming overwhelming. We couldn't find the book that we wanted, all that kind of stuff. So I want to really solidify a system there. I also want to declutter toys. We are not good about that. I don't do any sort of rotation system with toys. And again, it can get overwhelming. So I want to come up with a system for that. I would love to like declutter my house in general, but because I'm kind of a minimalist, there's not a ton other than kid stuff to declutter. So there's that. And then last is I want to straighten my hair once a month. So long story about hair that you guys didn't ask for, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I've always had straight hair, some like a gentle wave maybe. And then I got pregnant with my first kid, and it changed completely. It went from fine and relatively straight to coarser and curlier. And now it's spiral curls. It is spiral curls, and I have no idea what to do with it, you guys. I have no idea. So 99% of the time it ends up. Partially because of lifestyle. Straight or curly, it's going to end up because I've got little kids and they grab at things and grab at my hair gets in stuff, all that kind of stuff. So part of that, like straight or curly, it's not going to matter. But it's just way easier to manage straight. I feel better straight. Like I feel like it looks better straight. And I have very dry hair, so I don't have to wash it every single day. And so if I straighten it once, it'll last for a few days. And so it takes a long time because I have very thick hair. So that's why I'm saying once a month. That's it. Once a month. It takes 30-45 minutes from wet to styled. Not a huge time commitment. It is hard to find any extra time. So if I can do once a month, I will feel really good. So those are all my goals for 2024. Little bit of YouTube, little bit of Bookish, little bit of personal. What are your goals? Do you set goals? I talked about last year, I just rewatched the video, but I talked about how New Year's kind of freaks me out because like I feel like I needed to be this whole new person January 1st, and I'm going to try not to do that this year. I think everything's going good. My goal last year personally was just to have nothing happen, and praise be, we had a much quieter 2023 than 2022. So, I kind of hope for the same, just nothing crazy, but just the same old good stuff, and just keep on keeping on. So let me know your goals, and we'll see you in 2024.